with fun. The next time, get fun. Get fun. More. Each time I got the my cab. Cab ID. Before we get cab. I do see that. What can I do? I do need a teacher from mother. But why is this not? And at Taba. I'm not even at home. We need to wait. We need to look at things. It's hard opening my that's go out there. Stop. Stop. I'm just saying bye.